There's a lot to be said about shining your light bright out into the world around you. And there's a lot to be said and discovered about soul time or cave time, which isn't often talked about. Join me today on Truce and Illusions as we explore both sides of this very round coin. So welcome to Tambra TV and Truth and Illusions. I'm Tambra Harck, and today we're talking about something that I feel very strongly about, and I suspect that you've been brushing up against either side of this issue probably all your life. There's a lot being said these days, and for many reasons, that you must shine your light. Whatever your light and your brightness is, you must bring your radiance and your brilliance out into the world. There's so much must about it that it has become quite shaming. Plus, we live in this rather celebrity-focused culture, and at least here in the US where I live, and you probably have some dose of that as well. And the attention can get very focused, like we've taken a big spotlight and just shined it and said, if you don't get in the spotlight, you're not as worthy. Or if you have a big spotlight on you and you aren't always dancing the show inside that light, then somehow you're doing other people a disservice. What I disagree with about these points of view is that they're quite shaming. And I think we've had enough shame. You've been shamed enough, externally and internally. When your light is bright, and it is, bringing it into the things that you love, and the things that draw your attention and bring your vitality awake into life, then it's your choice to shine your light. A choice is quite different than getting there because you're avoiding shame. Now let's look at the other side of it, because I mentioned that there's something else that often doesn't get talked about, but I think is in a way, the other side of this coin of shining your light, and that has to do with cave time. And I often refer to it as soul time, because there's a way in which many of us really do find nourishment in the time that we take away from shining our lights. It doesn't necessarily mean you're hiding, although it's a good question to ask. If you're hiding out for a long time, are you nourishing your soul? Are you finding deeper resonance with your own wisdom? Are you developing new creative endeavors? Are you finding ways to heal old wounds or find courage perhaps to step out onto paths that have never been traversed before? Often these kinds of explorations require stepping out of the bright light and into your own cave, into the quiet solitude and contemplation that can only be found with you, yourself, and your divine nature. There's also a lot of shaming, I notice, about both doing the cave time and not doing the cave time. And so what I see here is a common thread having to do with shame and honoring your brilliance, your radiance. What if we were to do a little shift on all of this and brought shame right up out of the bellows and into the light and asked, what is this? What is so desperately wanting me to see it, feel it, know it, and transform it that has been plaguing me with shame? If you were to ask yourself this question on any one point of shame and simply contemplated and listened in that very curious, heart-open way, my guarantee, dare I guarantee it to you, is that you will see something that has been wanting you to know it so that you could come more fully into your light and more honoring into your cave time. This is Truce and Illusions, so I don't have the truth here. This is for you to explore for yourself and for us to come together in conscious community to bring our wisdom, our hearts, our minds, and our visions into new possibility. I look forward to hearing from you about your personal journey of shining your bright light and CaveTime. And let's just throw it in there, both shame and how you've solved or resolved or healed your experiences of shame. Until next time, my friend, I invite you to do 3 things. Pop on over to the YouTube channel if you do that sort of thing, and press like there. It really does help us to reach the world with these messages that are inspiring consciousness and connection. The second is, if you feel a resonance with what I'm talking about here, we're forming a global community. And a way to join me in that is to go over to tambraharck.com and join the community there. And the third, the one that I'm most excited about, is to hear from you. So comment there on this video and share with me how it is that you're shining your light and how you're honoring CaveTime. Until next time, be well.